Hey YouTube. Hey, we turned a bunch of these sheep and goats that we've weaned here. I don't know how many's out here. There's, I don't know, over 600 I'd say. We still got some more to get up and wean, but we've been running them out here on these corn stalks behind the house where I had some corn planted. And then there's a bunch of, it was giant ragweed. They've been actually coming out here and eating the seeds off of that. They like the seeds this time of year when it's dried down. And so uh, I guess that's one way to get rid of the weed seed. So as long as we have time, we've been harvesting them, but usually one of us will get over here maybe and pin these at night. It's just handy, and that way we kind of keep track of them better. We got 4 dogs out here and they're probably fine. But after doing that a little bit, they start learning the ropes and they run right on in there. Even if we weren't here, they go on up to the loafing shed there at night. And we had a little rain today, so we're shut down on the combine, and I'm gonna run these in. We flew some cover crop seed on here, but I don't see any of it taking off. We flew it on back in September before the corn was harvested, but there's a lot of weed seed, and looks like some crabgrass and fall panicum barnyard grass out here, and they're eating it down a little bit, but they're doing pretty well out here. But we'll head these back towards the barn for the night now. Yeah, as I'm looking at some of these lambs, some are getting pretty big. And well, that's one reason I don't like the lamb until May anyway. You're going to get them too big for the good market that comes in January, February, or March there. And so, as you can see, some of them are already at market weight. A lot of the kid goats could use some help. A little more growth on them yet. We'll sort the big ones off and we'll start feeding the smaller end of them. But we don't want to get the big ones much bigger, because you capture another, maybe $1 a pound even by between now and January sometimes, and doesn't cost you much to get it there. Just got to keep them alive. It probably cost you, well, probably cost you less than, depending on how much you have to feed them, less than $5 a head, maybe a couple dollars if you're just grazing them like this. Maintain them, maybe $10 if you're feeding them heavy. Here, we'll let Autumn bring a bunch of them up for us. Bring them up. Bring them up. Autumn. Goodbye. Look back. Bring them up. Bring them up. Look back. They're going in now. They're up for the night. They're looking pretty good on as a whole. There's some individuals in there that could look better. You always got those. Got some goats limping we need to take care of. Some of those things you let slip when you're harvesting, got other things going on you can't get to. So I guess the lesson here is, though, don't let your lambs get too big. There's some big ones in here, but from here on out they won't gain real fast, just out on grass as the weather gets more winter-like. So you want to get top dollar. You don't want to get them over, well, at least not over 90. So. Well, we got them all up here. It's a nice spot for them to be at night. We turn them out in the morning. And they'd probably pin themselves if we didn't come up. They'd wait a little while. It's almost dark. But you'll notice they go back every night to where they feel safe. But yeah, there's some bigger ones in here, and there's some ewe lambs in here that's getting fair size now too. They're looking good. The market's picking up. It's not as good now as in general as it'll be after the first of the year, but it's still pretty good. But you know, there's a certain point that you don't want to get them bigger. Maybe 80 pounds, they may not bring top dollar, but the extra weight will dollar up. But if they're 90 pounds, that might be the breaking point. They may not, they may knock off the dollar a pound price, and so you really won't get any more for a 90 pounder or a 100 pounder than you probably would for a 75 or 80 pounder sometimes. You just have to watch the market, and it changes a little bit throughout the year. Right now it's looking like a 60 pounder is the top dollar, but a 70 pounder is going to make more dollars. But usually as it gets into the fall or the winter more, they'll pay up for the little bigger animals. You still don't want them, you know, 90 or probably over 90, but the price you get at 80 would, you know, you may get $250 a head, even though you're not maybe getting as much per pound as the price you're going to get at, say, 60 or 70. 60 or 70 might bring, you know, more per pound. Let's say if a 60 pounder brought $4 a pound, that's $240, but a 80 pounder might bring $330, $350. Well, that's more than $240, so you're really dollars ahead if it doesn't cost you a lot to put that extra weight on. So you just have to pay attention to your market when you're marketing. We're usually too busy in the fall with harvest and everything to market anyway. But my favorite time is January, February, and March if we have to wait that long on some of them to get big enough, or we hit bad weather in February or something. So hey, hope you all are having a good day. All your goats and sheep are doing well. If you've been to the sale lately or something, put it in the comments. Tell me what they're bringing. I don't get there much. So, y'all have a good evening.